What's up, guys? Welcome back to HBO and with House of the Dragon and the new Game of Thrones prequel spinoff series that I just aired like a little release last night on HBO Max, and to me I thought it was so good, especially with the first episode. It was like amazing, and I think with the show it's off to like, a great start, especially with everything that went down, including those elements that were bloody and brutal, and like especially for Matt Smith's performance, and with the Princess Dara Jan as well. So in this video, this would be my full spoiler review for House of the Dragon with the first episode, going over everything, including the ending, which sets up what's the stone, especially what is going to be set in tone, even for the rest of the series as well. But if you haven't seen the first episode of House of the Dragon, this is going to be your spoiler warning, so click out this video now and come back to this video after you've seen the episode. But if you're new here and you do something like this, then be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you miss out on reviews like this in the future. So let's get to it. And now, with this episode, it starts with how the show will be introduced, because with House of the Dragon, this series takes place years before the events happen in Game of Thrones. It's because with the king Targaryen, he's very ill, and with the sons who are dead, and he calls a trial at a Harrenhal hall, which chooses an heir for the throne. It's because of what he dies, so the realm that doesn't fall into chaos. And then it transitions to this text that says the ninth year at a visionary reign, and it takes place like 172 years before the Targaryen was born, which is played by Amelia Clark, who was in Game of Thrones. And then we get introduced to a Ringerian who rides on a dragon who we saw soaring through the sky, and then we see her with her mother, who is Queen Emma, and who we see is now pregnant, and then she gives her a lecture about like the role that I should play in this role that involves having babies and riding dragons. And we also get introduced to Elsa Hightower, who is like the second wife of King of Varys Targaryen, and is the daughter of Otto Hightower, and which the chemistry that has been delivered here, Allison and Rhaenyra, is really awesome to see on screen with these two bonding. And then we see a meeting at the small council, and that's where we first meet King of Viserys, Otto Hightower, and much more, including for the Sea Snake, and they give information about the Free City Alliance that is growing, called the Troyanki, and their leader who is now causing problems. And then we see a Regent who is serving as the cupbearer, and allows her to hear the men's of the discussion about like Prince and Damien, her uncle, the guy that needs to be stopped, and giving them an update about the city watch. And next we see Western will bring a Rhaenyra to the throne room, where we get introduced to Matt Smith's character, who is a prince. Daemon's sitting on the Iron Throne, and giving a Rhaenyra a necklace which is made of Valyrian steel. And now, especially with the Daemon, like with the prince Daemon giving a Rhaenyra a necklace made of Valyrian steel, and which they'll both have pieces of their ancestry. And then we see Prince Daemon and his men going on like a killing spree and just murdering everybody. And now, especially with the action that this first episode delivers, it's kind of bloody and brutal as well. And next we see Prince Daemon with his dragon with a helmet, choosing which rider that he wants to joust in the upcoming tournament. And then we see the jousting tournament beginning. And then at the same time, we see Emma about to give birth to her baby while she's in labor. And now with this tournament, we see Damien facing off against his opponent, who is Wes Kristen. And then as the two are jousting, he knocks his opponent off his horse. And then as the tournament continues, and with this montage, we see back and forth shots of Damien just facing off against everyone, while Emma is still giving birth to her baby. And like the way that they do it, it's kind of bloody and gory too, and that led to her now dead, and now like the baby is born, and that leads to her funeral, with the Daemon telling over Rhaenyra at the way for her to give the dragon the command to light the fire. And now, with this ending, we see King Mysteries telling Rhaenyra and how she was going to be named his rightful heir, and discussing about how to have control of the dragons, and then in which it gives Targaryens the powers, in which it reveals to be an illusion, but before King Mysteries reveals that he does have a secret that passed on to everyone, that becomes the king, and then a speech is given on how a detergent must be on the throne to unite the world against the winner, and then it will pledge to Rhaenyra, and then with its closing shot is with the dragon flying. And yeah, with this first episode of House of the Dragon, I think I really enjoyed this first episode, and with its premiere, and I think that the show is off to a great start, especially for Prince Daemon and Rhaenyra, and for all of the characters that are being introduced in the series, especially for House of the Dragon. And I think like with the action and with the atmosphere, and then we felt like Game of Thrones, especially for the action and emotions of that are set in stone, and especially for what the story, especially for the rest of the series as well. So yeah, I really enjoyed this episode, and I can't wait for the next one as well. So that's me for this video. Let me thoughts and let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and what are your thoughts on the first episode of House of the Dragon. Give me a rating between 1 out of 10. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe so we can get catch up with future videos, and you can follow my Instagram and Twitter for live updates. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.